Today in The Joy of Editing, we're continuing our journey looking at all of the filters in Nik Color Efex, and today it's the Film Efex Nostalgic Filter. Stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to The Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. It's a snowy day here in my corner of Pennsylvania, USA, so I guess it's welcome winter wonderland. I hope everyone's doing great out there. Last week we looked at Film Efex Modern and how it gives your images a clean contemporary film look. Today we're going to take things in a different direction with Film Efex Nostalgic and explore a softer, more retro style. I have several examples for you today, but we'll start out with this gentleman playing a guitar. And here's a quick heads up. If you're thinking about Nik Collection 8 or any DxO software, you can grab 15% off new purchases with my code Dave Kelly. Links are in the description and you can try any app free first. If you use my links, I earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. Thanks for supporting the channel. Well, let's get started. Now, right now, I have the Film Efex Nostalgic filter loaded up here in my filter stack, and right now it's off. Let me turn it on by clicking right here. And right now we can see we have a nice nostalgic vibe to this image. Let's look at the adjustment options we have, and we'll start out with brightness. Now, brightness, of course, is just brightness. We can lighten or we can darken with a brightness adjustment. And then we have Perceptual Saturation. Perceptual Saturation is a smarter kind of saturation. Instead of just cranking all the colors equally, it boosts the overall color impact in a way that feels more natural to our eyes. So as I move the slider to the right, the image looks richer and more nostalgic without the colors going neon or fake. Now let's look at the glow adjustment. The glow slider adds a soft, dreamy haze over the image. As I move it to the right, you'll see the highlights get a gentle glow and the whole photo takes on a more nostalgic film-like softness. And now let's look at vignette. Now this vignette adjustment, I believe it's mainly just giving you a light vignette. If I take the vignette the whole way to the left, it appears to me that it is just really shutting the vignette off. And on those old photographed nostalgic looks, we tend to have a light vignette around the edges. So let's move this to the right. See how the vignette is starting to lighten up, and just adjust it to where you think it looks good. You know, there's no right or wrong here. It's just whatever you like. And for this image, I probably like it right about here. And now we have grain per pixel. Let me go ahead and zoom in. I'm going to come up to the top part of the interface, click right here, and let's zoom in to like 200% so we can see the grain. Now, if you take the grain per pixel and drag it the whole way to the right, you're removing all grain. But, you know, an old nostalgic image is going to have some grain. So to make it authentic, drag this to the left and add as much or as little as you like. And for this image, I do like a little, and I love grain. If you love grain, let me know in the comments section below. Leave a comment. Hey, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying my channel. I really appreciate it, and it really helps the channel out. I'll come back up to the top of the interface and we'll click this button right here and we'll fit the image back into the working area. And now we have film strength. Okay, so if I take this slider and drag it the whole way to the left, it's as if I've removed the film effect to this image. And when you drag it to the right, you can increase it and add just as much or as little of that film effect as you want. So if we go to 100%, you can see the look. Let's drag it back. Maybe for this image, I like it right about here. We also have film type because there's many different film types that we could try. And this is a drop down. Click right here and we start out with film type 1. You just hover over these numbers and you can see the effect. There's 2, 3, 4. This is the one I like. Here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we only have ellipses here, and I guess the reason being they couldn't fit the number 10, 11, or 12 here. That's what I'm guessing, but who knows? But for me, for this image, I think I like Film Effect 4, so I'll click on that. We also have a shadows protection slider. Move it to the right, you're going to protect your shadows. Move it to the left, and you'll protect the shadows less. And for this, I think I like it right about here. And then we also have highlight protection. Move it to the right to protect highlights. Move it to the left to protect the highlights less. And for this one, I think I like it right about here. And then we have opacity. You could take this the whole way off. That's basically no effect on the image, and then just blend it into the image and stop where you think it looks the best. And for me, I like it up at 100%, so we'll leave it there. And now, if you want to see it before and after, you can uncheck this box right here. There's the before, there's the after. Or you could come up to the top of the interface and left click and hold to see a before, release the left click of your mouse, and there's the after. Of course, you have the split screen that you could use. That's cool. You can get a side compare view, top, bottom, or click here and side by side. And then if you click this button, you go back to fit the screen. This is an easy filter to use. I start out by picking a film type, and then I start at the top with brightness and work my way down, making adjustments till I get the look just the way I like it. And now let's try it out on this image. Right now the filter is off. Let me turn it on. Now, by the way, these are the default settings, and right now we have this really pink image. If you're into pink, this may be the look you're looking for. For this image, I don't like it, but of course, you know what? You could always cut that film strength back, okay? And it's 60% film strength. I kind of like it, but let's try out some different film types and find one we like. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. You know what? What do I like here? I think I'm going to go with 9. So let's click on 9. And now let's adjust brightness. Maybe I'll pull that brightness back a little bit. Let's look at perceptual saturation. Let's cut that back a little bit. Maybe somewhere to right around in here. We could give it more glow, less glow, and maybe a little less glow. Maybe right there. I like that glow though. The vignette looks pretty good. What if we increase it? No, that's too much. Maybe right about here. The grain per pixel looks pretty good. I'll leave that. And then the film strength, I've already adjusted to 60, but let's give it more. Now let's give it less. Maybe right about here looks good. Now, as far as shadow protection, let's try some of that. No, I'll leave it off. I think it's pretty good. Any highlight protection? Maybe just a tad bit of highlight protection. And now let's try opacity. Maybe I'll pull that back just a little bit. Let me shut it off. Here's before. And here's after. I really like this nostalgic look in this image. I think it looks pretty good. As you can see, it's a really easy and it's a fast filter to get the adjustment that you want. And now for the final image, a cup of coffee. This would look really cool with a nostalgic look, in my opinion. Maybe something nice and warm. So let's turn it on. And the default setting is pink. But again, if you pull back on that strength, you can get it to look pretty nice. But let's start out around here. Let's find a film type. There's 1, 2, 3. Let me know when I get to one you like. I like 3. Here's 4. I do like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Ooh, I think I like 12. I'm going to click on this one. And now, do we want to make it lighter, darker? Make it a little bit lighter. Perceptual saturation. Let's shut that down. Let's build it up. You know what? I'm going to pull it down. We get a lot more warm tones in here when I do that. Do we want some more glow? There's more glow. Notice when I pull the glow up, it seems like the grain really starts to pop out a little bit more too, which is kind of interesting. I want a little bit of glow, but not too much. Maybe right about here. Vignette. Maybe just a slight amount of vignette, not much. Maybe a little bit more grain per pixel. I'll move this to the left to maybe right about here, just so you can really see the grain. Let's give it full film strength. Now let's pull it back and stop where we think it looks really nice. And I think maybe right about here. And now shadow protection. Let's drag this to the right. Maybe I'll drag this to the right a little bit. And highlight protection. And maybe just a tiny wee bit here. And now let's take the opacity the whole way off. And now let's just build it up slowly. And you know what? I think I like it right about here. I think looks good. Let me shut this off. Here's before, here's after. A big improvement, I think. I like the nostalgic look in this image. We can left click on compare to see the before or after, or let's look at the split screen. There's the before, there's the after. I really think it really made this image look really nice. And let's click this button to fit the image back to the screen. Here's a little tip. After you've made all your adjustments, you could come back to film type and maybe try a different film type. You may find you would like one even better. But in this case, I do like film type 12. So I'll go back and click on film type 12. But there you have it. That is the Film Efex nostalgic filter here in Nik 8 Color Efex. Well, there it is, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed today's look at Nik Film Efex Nostalgic. It's a great filter, and I do hope you give it a try. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and if you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. Click the bell notification icon. Click all so that you'll receive all notifications, and then every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll get notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today in the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly, and I will see you all right here next time. But until then, happy editing.